everyone, my name is Khusnul Novyanti and this video is submitted for a final examination of Japanese and industrial countries in Institute of Social and Political Science in Jakarta. So after attending the Japanese and industrial class for a whole semester, this class is basically giving me knowledge about how the Japanese basically growing as a nation from the dynasties era until they finally become an industrial country and one of the developed country in the world. Also, beside the history on how they successfully become industrial country and one of the developed country in the world, this class also taught me on how Japanese political dynamics works internally and also internationally. And as an international relations student, there are a lot of examples that I can take. I especially admired how the Japanese would get a hold on themselves, especially after what happened in Second World War in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And they would do it in such a short time. So in this particular assignment, we are being asked about what are the best things from daring class, aka online class during this pandemic. I'd say having to wake up a little bit late than usual schedule because we don't really have to get ready and put on some makeup to present ourselves. Also because we're not really in a class and we're not really required to open our camera during live classes. Sometimes I would bring snack for me to munch on while taking notes, and toilet breaks also accessible without having to raise your hand in front of the class just to get permission to get to the toilet. And if I'm being honest, that is a bit embarrassing. But besides all those things, I personally feel that this daring class or online class has more disadvantage for students, especially for me. I think discussions that are based on text is very tricky to understand. Even though we're exchanging our thoughts on the materials that are given, I often still find myself or other people confused or misinterpreted someone's statement or questions. Also, in daring class, we're losing the main activity, like the one we usually do in offline classes, such as discussions and even lectures, because not all classes are up for a live lectures in every meeting. And for some classes, we also get so many assignments, which is understandable. It's probably because our professor knows so well that some of us just don't care at all with the materials that they gave us. But it's very stressing for me because we're stuck inside the house with heaps of assignments to do. The lesson that I've learned from this pandemic is that to never complain about your everyday normal life, because we never really know that our prayers to stay at home for a year long without doing anything is basically granted by God, and that is not the best thing to experience in life ever. Now moving on to my life goals in the next 5 years. In the next 5 years, I would love to see myself happily working in an environmental NGO, as I'm very aware of climate change. I would also love to take a part to change the world, to work in a renewable energy field, especially in Indonesia, and maybe travel the world with the money that I've earned, especially to China. I would really love to go to China, real bad, and Australia to meet my foreign friends. That is all I could say about my life goal, I guess. And that also concludes this assignment video. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.